billionaire catches homeless boy dancing with his paralyzed daughter. A barefoot, hungry boy slipped through the gates of a mansion and saw the billionaire's daughter sitting in silence, her face clouded with sadness. Then he did something no one expected. He began to dance, not for money, not for food, but simply to make her smile. What happened next would change all of their lives forever. Richard Lawson was one of the wealthiest men in the city. His empire spanned oil, real estate, and shipping, earning him the nickname, the Golden Touch, because everything he invested in turned to success. Yet behind the high walls of his Banana Island mansion, his greatest struggle was not business. It was the silence of a daughter whose laughter he longed to hear again. His only daughter, Amanda, once a bright, lively 8-year-old, had been left paralyzed after the tragic car accident that also claimed the life of his beloved wife, Elizabeth. Once, her laughter rang through the house like music. Once, she ran through the gardens chasing butterflies. But now, she sat quietly in her wheelchair, staring out the window. Her spirit dimmed. At first, Richard tried to fight it with his wealth. He flew her to India for surgery, to Germany for therapy, to the US for advanced treatment. Every attempt ended in the same crushing disappointment. Amanda's smile faded. Her laughter disappeared. She rarely left her room except when her nanny rolled her into the garden. Richard, though proud and cold before the world, felt his heart breaking each day. He saw her staring blankly into the distance. But one hot afternoon, something unexpected happened. Amanda sat quietly in the garden, her eyes fixed on the gate beyond, lost in thought. She noticed movement in the corner of her eye. A boy, barefoot and ragged, slipped quietly through a small space by the hedge. His shirt was torn, his shorts too big for his thin frame. His hair was messy, his knees bruised from life on the streets. But when he looked at Amanda, his eyes sparkled with mischief. Then, without a word, he began to dance. Not a professional dance, not the kind you saw in videos or on TV. His steps were exaggerated and funny. His arms swung like a clown's, his body twisting and spinning in ways that made him look ridiculous. At first, Amanda just blinked. Then a small giggle escaped her lips. The boy made his eyes wide and pretended to slip, catching himself dramatically. Amanda clapped her hands. And then, like a miracle, she laughed. It wasn't a polite laugh or a forced giggle.